Now, as it says in the description, harsh language follows. I wanted to warn you of that and give you a chance to stop the video. Alright, if you're continuing, I can only imagine that you're fine with the harsh language, or are too curious to stop it. Anyway, I have said many times, and I maintain, that the two most important, overworked, and underpaid jobs in the United States are nursing and law enforcement. Now, I maintain that. I'm not changing my mind, and I thank everyone who does their job earnestly and cares about what they do, and has the right priorities, I'll say. Now, if you have not seen the video that this is a response to, an 84-year-old woman was left in a car by her daughter as her daughter went into Walmart, which, now, the 84-year-old woman has Alzheimer's, and this was very negligent by the daughter. Okay, just to start out, okay, the daughter, there's no excuse for that. You don't do that. You don't do it with children, and it's certainly not right to do it with an 84-year-old woman with Alzheimer's. And I don't know what she was thinking. In any case, this tiny woman is she gets confused, and she has her seatbelt in, and she doesn't know where she is. And let me point out again, she has Alzheimer's. She can't get her seatbelt off, so she gets a steak knife, and she cuts the seatbelt. I do suggest watching the video if you can stomach what I'm describing to you. Well, even if you can't, you might want to try, because this can't be ignored. In any case, so yes, she cuts off her seatbelt and leaves the car, and she's wandering around the parking lot with her cane in one hand and the steak knife in the other, and she's calling for her daughter. Obviously confused. I don't see how anyone could think that this woman was a danger. In any case, the police were called. Probably not because the woman was a danger, but because she needed help. Now, there were a lot of people around and before the police got there, and someone was filming it. Now, honestly, I don't know why somebody didn't go up to her and offer to help. And I wish someone had. I certainly would have, had I been there, and it could have been, what happened could have been avoided. So the police, they pull up, and they get out of their squad car. I believe there were two. You can see in the video. I think there were two. And a policewoman gets out and approaches first. The old woman is hobbling towards her. You can see this on the video. Is hobbling towards her. This tiny 84-year-old woman with Alzheimer's is hobbling towards her with the steak knife in hand. Not a clue what was going on. Now, this policewoman was a young woman, trained, and obviously strong. Especially compared to an 84-year-old woman. The 84-year-old woman, at that point, the policewoman grabs her and slams her on the ground. The woman is lying on the ground, terrified, confused. The officer is continuing to hold her down. People are running up to try to help now. Excuse me. People are running up to help now, and of course the police are pushing them back, except for the one officer apparently making sure this 84-year-old woman doesn't continue to be such a terrible threat. You can see in the video that the woman is the old woman is bleeding from the back of her head. Now I'm guessing this is acceptable. I don't know what came of the what happened in response to this. I very seriously doubt that there was any sort of charges brought against the officers involved. Probably there were, actually, but I think you can imagine that nothing happened. You know, this sort of thing happens all the time. People side with the big, tough police that need to protect themselves from 84-year-old women and 15-year-old teenagers. And you can find these sort of things and search police brutality. The video that this is a response to, check out the channel of the person who posted it. These officers and the people who defend them are examples of the worst kind of people in America. Now, I don't know about you, but if I see a confused old woman hobbling toward me with her cane, probably seeing the police and thinking, you know, oh, they will help me find my daughter. But even not being an officer, even if she threatens me with the knife, I'm not going to be too worried. And if I get cut, I'm not too worried. And as a human being, I would rather take the chance than hurt this woman. At the same time, if you're strong and quick enough to slam this woman to the ground and slam her head into the ground, then you are fast and strong enough to take the weapon without hurting her. But of course, this is not the priority of the officers, obviously. Now myself, and this is why I think it's important for good people to try to step in before the police, because you never know when you'll get a response like this. Myself, very simple. I talk to the woman calmly, tell her I'm going to help her, take the knife away. If she tries to attack me, okay, I still take the knife away. Now everyone, again, defending the cops, you are what's wrong with this world. You are pathetic. You are pieces of shit. It's approaching 10 minutes here. I better stop it. I hardly know what else to say. If this is how we treat our elderly, if this is acceptable. Pardon. If this is acceptable, then maybe the world is going to hell.